Right, but we begin the show with Varanasi and pictures from Varanasi there, where Prime Minister Modi, in fact, led a massive roadshow just a day ahead of the nominations that he's going to file tomorrow. In fact, the roadshow is still on. You can see these are live pictures coming in from Varanasi, where Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, of course, flanking the Prime Minister there on the side. This is a mega show of strength by the BJP. And this, as I mentioned, just a day ahead of the nomination. My colleague Maria Shakil is on the ground there in the thick of things. Maria, over to you now.
Yes, Tanima, 14th May 2014 was when Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived here. And in fact, that was the day when he became the Prime Minister. His government was sworn in. When Prime Minister Modi arrived in Kashi, he was the BJP's prime ministerial candidate, a three-term chief minister. Today, it's a long journey that Kashi and Prime Minister Modi have traveled together. It's been 10 years. Mr. Modi will be filing his nomination papers tomorrow, which is again 14th of May, a significant day. Today, it was a lot of euphoria on the streets of Kashi. Behind me is Madan Mohan Malviya statue. I'm standing right in front of Banaras Hindu University. And it was here that his road show began. Those visuals are on your television screens. The euphoria that we saw in the road shows, the entire Kashi was out there to greet Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Mr. Modi is not someone who has been visiting like an MP who visits once in a blue moon. He is a member of parliament representing Kashi and has been really invested in Kashi. Kashi in the last 10 years has seen massive transformation. Whosoever you speak to here, they talk about those stories. And of course, as journalists who have seen Kashi before 2014 and now, we are seeing a massive transformation and transition as well. But first up, before he came here, Prime Minister Modi was holding a road show in Patna, and I had the opportunity to speak to him. Let's listen in to the issues that Mr. Modi highlighted while speaking during the course of his election campaign in Patna. He is the tallest mass leader that India has seen in many decades. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is today in Patliputra. And in this epic battle, he has decided to give us time amidst his busy schedule. प्रधानमंत्री जी, NDTV के दर्शकों के लिए बात करने के लिए बहुत-बहुत शुक्रिया। हमारे 6 चैनल के जो व्यूअर्स हैं वो अभी आपको देख रहे हैं। आपने देश भर में कार्यक्रम किया। पटना की वाइब्स क्या कुछ अलग है?
हिंदुस्तान के करीब सभी राज्यों में मेरा जाना हुआ और मैं कह सकता हूं पूरे देश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी और एनडीए को 400 पार कराने का दृढ़ संकल्प है। बिहार ने भी उसमें कई नए रंग भरे हैं। बिहार ने उसमें एक नई ताकत दी और इस प्रकार से ये अपने आप में पूरे देश का जो माहौल है वही माहौल बिहार का है।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, बहुत सारे आंकड़े लगाए जा रहे हैं कि जो ईस्ट इंडिया है वहां पे बीजेपी का अपस्विंग है। आप बंगाल की बात कर लें या फिर उड़ीसा की, आंध्र प्रदेश और तेलंगाना में भी, तो आपका क्या असेसमेंट है?
एक तो राजनीति के अलावा अगर मैं कहूं तो शायद मेरा 2013 का भाषण है और तब मैं पीएम कैंडिडेट भी नहीं था कि भारत का विकास करना है तो हमें पूर्वी भारत को विकसित करना चाहिए, पूर्वी भारत को ग्रोथ इंजन बनाना चाहिए। पिछले 10 साल में मैंने लगातार हिंदुस्तान के पूर्वी भारत में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, एजुकेशन, हेल्थ, ऐसे हर प्रोजेक्ट पर बल दिया है। इस चुनाव का जहां तक सवाल है, जबरदस्त आंधी उत्तर, दक्षिण, पूरब, पश्चिम सब दूर है। पूर्व में इस बार परिणाम ज्यादा मिलेंगे पहले की तुलना में और मैं मानता हूं देश के लोगों के लिए ये चौंकाने वाला, जैसे तेलंगाना आप कल्पना नहीं कर सकते वैसा परिणाम तेलंगाना में मिलेगा, वैसा आंध्र में मिलेगा, वैसा उड़ीसा में मिलेगा, वैसा बंगाल में मिलेगा, पूर्वी भारत में मिलेगा, बिहार हो, झारखंड हो, असम हो। यानी एक प्रकार से मैं देख सकता हूं कि चुनाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पास जो है उसमें कई नए एरिया अधिक प्लस करेंगे।
ये कैचमेंट एरियाज की आप बात कर रहे हैं, प्रधानमंत्री जी बिहार का आंकलन करिए, क्या लग रहा है बिहार में क्या होगा?
बिहार में हमारे साथियों से मेरी बात हुई, पहले हमारी एक सीट हम हारे थे, शायद इस बार हम एक भी नहीं हारेंगे।
अभी हम जहाँ पे खड़े हैं वो चरखा समिति के पास हैं हम। आप बताइए, जब आप आते हैं बिहार तो आपको क्या क्या ख्याल आता है?
वैसे मैं संगठन के काम के लिए यहाँ बहुत आया हूँ, अनेक क्षेत्रों में मैं गया हूँ, और मैं काफी पुरानी चीजों से जुड़ा हुआ रहा हूँ यहाँ।
आप इस चुनाव को रेफरेंडम के तौर पे देखते हैं या गवर्नेंस मॉडल की लड़ाई देखते हैं?
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने देश को एक गवर्नेंस का मॉडल दिया है। देश ने कांग्रेस का मॉडल देखा है, देश ने लेफ्ट का मॉडल देखा है, देश ने मिली-जुली सरकारों का मॉडल देखा है, और देश ने पूर्ण बहुमत वाले भाजपा एनडीए का मॉडल देखा है। और वह गतिशील सरकार देखी है, निर्णायक सरकार देखी है, रिस्क लेने वाली सरकार देखी है, और उसके आधार पर हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी, महिलाओं की संख्या वहाँ पर बहुत है, महिला वोटर, आपने एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी बनाई अपने लिए, क्योंकि जो आपने किया, इज्जत घर दिया, उज्ज्वला योजना, बहुत सारे राज्य में भी महिला सेंट्रिक स्कीम है, तो आपको लगता है वो महिला वोटर आपके साथ है?
एम्पावरमेंट ऑफ विमेन, ये मेरा कमिटमेंट है, और मैंने G20 समिट में एक लीड लिया है, विमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट, और इसके लिए हमें महिलाओं को अवसर देना चाहिए। परंपरागत हमारी जो चीजों में महिलाओं को जोड़ते हैं उससे ऊपर उठना चाहिए। जैसे हमने गांव में ड्रोन दीदी बनाई, जैसे हमने आर्मी के दरवाजे खोल दिए, जब हमने एयरफोर्स में पायलट बनाए, हमने सीमा पर हमारी बेटियों को भेजा, सियाचिन में हमारी बेटियां जाकर के देश की रक्षा कर रही है। तो मैं एक साइकोलॉजिकल चेंज में सफल हुआ हूँ, और देश की विकास यात्रा में महिलाओं की शक्ति एक अतिरिक्त शक्ति बनेगी, और वो परिणाम को गति देगी।
और आज का दिन बहुत खास भी है, मदर्स डे है।
धन्यवाद।
Let's try and get to some voices of BHU. These are students of Banaras Hindu University. What are their thoughts about brand Narendra Modi? What do they think are the issues that will impact their choices, their decision to vote? What are the important issues for you as a student?
First is education, and second is business sector and entrepreneurial journey. Whatever they have covered their policies and their things after their government.
आपको लगता है जो 10 साल सरकार रही है प्रधानमंत्री मोदी की, और 10 साल वो काशी के सांसद भी रहे हैं, तो काम हुआ है?
हाँ, देखिए, मैं प्रयागराज की रहने वाली हूँ। मैं अभी 2022 में यहाँ पे आई हूँ एज ए स्टूडेंट। तो मैंने जो वहाँ पे भी देखा है और जो यहाँ पे भी देखा है, दोनों में लगभग समान अंतर रहा है, क्योंकि प्रयागराज की भी स्थिति वैसी ही थी जैसी यहाँ की थी। क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे कि पहले इसको मतलब बोला जाता है कि यहाँ पे बहुत कंजेस्टेड रोड्स रहते थे, और यहाँ पे गलियों को लेकर के बहुत ज़्यादा है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे बहुत सारे घाट से, तो वहाँ बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती थी जाने में। उसके बावजूद भी यहाँ का जो डेवलपमेंट है वो ऐसा है कि आप यहाँ पे टूरिस्ट अब इतने ज़्यादा बढ़ गए हैं, और साथ ही साथ यहाँ पे टूरिस्ट बढ़े ही हैं, और साथ ही साथ यहाँ पे जो और जैसे कि हमारे स्टेडियम बन रहा है, हमारे टेम्पल्स के कॉरिडोर बना है, हमारे जितने भी यहाँ पे सारे मॉडिफाई हुए हैं घाट, उसकी वजह से यहाँ पे टूरिस्ट अट्रैक्शन बहुत ज़्यादा है।
अट्रैक्शन बढ़ गया। आप बताइए, क्या काम हुआ है काशी में? आप एज अ स्टूडेंट कैसे देखते हैं?
हाँ, मैं पटना से हूँ, और मैं 3 साल पहले इधर आया हूँ। पहले आज से मैं 8 साल 10 साल पहले भी एज ए 12th स्टूडेंट जब था तो यहाँ घूमने आया करता था, बट ऐसी व्यवस्था नहीं थी। मतलब रोड्स बहुत कंजेस्टेड थे, मैं खुद काशी विश्वनाथ दर्शन नहीं कर पाया था। बट मैं अभी बोल सकता हूँ, मैं पिछले 3 या 2 सालों में 8 या 10 बार जा चुका हूँ, क्योंकि इतना अच्छा बन गया है रोड, सारा इतना अच्छा डेवलपमेंट हुआ है, कॉरिडोर जब से बना है। So that has also become one of the destination where tourist destination where we can also, as a student, we can also go and relax over there, do our meditation and prayers and everything.
So you do meditation and prayers. You were making an important point while we were chatting up about long-term vision of Mr. Modi. What exactly do you sense in with regards to jobs?
मैम जॉब्स के रिगार्डिंग मैं ये बोलना चाहूँगी कि दो एस्पेक्ट्स हैं हमारे पास, एक प्राइवेट एक पब्लिक। तो पब्लिक का जो है हमारा वो हमें एक्चुअली, क्योंकि डिजिटलाइजेशन हो रहा है तो हमने मेंटालिटी पे काम करना है, क्योंकि एक कंफर्ट जोन होता है पब्लिक सेक्टर में जहाँ हमें देखने को मिलता है, क्योंकि ये बहुत पुराना है तो उसमें अगर मॉडिफिकेशन चाहिए, अगर NEP आई है तो उसको भी लागू करने के लिए हमें उनको पहले मॉडिफाई करना होगा कि आप पहले अपनी मेंटालिटी को चेंज करो। अगर आप जॉब के लिए, अगर आप होता है ना कि अभी आप उनकी बात करेंगे, अगर जो हॉकी के खिलाफ हमारे सबसे बड़े जादूगर हैं, उन्होंने बोला कि एक बहुत बड़ा अच्छा उन्होंने बोला था, हिटलर ने उनको ऑफर किया था कि आप हमारे यहाँ हमारे कंट्री से खेलो, तो उन्होंने एक चीज़ बोला था कि ये नहीं है कि मेरा देश मुझे क्या दे रहा है, मैं अपने देश को क्या दे रहा हूँ, ये विजन लेकर चलते हैं।
So long term vision की बात हो रही है. Thank you so much for speaking to us. We have two guests also joining us, Amitabh Tiwari and Neerja Chaudhary. Neerja, coming to you first. 10 years ago, Prime Minister Modi, when he arrived here, he made several promises, and today when he is seeking a third term, the people of Kashi certainly are saying that it's on the basis of his report card. So he has delivered, and it's palpable on the streets of Kashi.
Yeah, I also went there in 2014 and saw that roadshow, Maria,
Yes.
you referred to. And the crowds coming out, you know, what you're seeing, at least we are seeing pictures, you're in the midst of it all. But at the end of 10 years, for any MP, he's the Prime Minister, for any member of Parliament, even to have that kind of mobilization, people turn out to greet you, is an achievement. You remain popular. And this Prime Minister at the end of 10 years does remain popular. You can agree with him, disagree with him, that's a different story. So that is one part of the story. The second is that he adopted Uttar Pradesh. He comes from Gujarat and he
Yes.
has adopted Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is very vital in Indian politics. 8 prime ministers of India have come from Uttar Pradesh. And of course, Mr. Modi is seen as a UP wala today, as much as a Gujarati. And of course, this kind of mobilization is also there is strategy behind it. Tomorrow he'll file his nominations. And, you know, the impact on other seats of UP, the impact on seats in Bihar that are still to
Yes.
go to polls. And he's
Bihar,
spoken about the
neighboring
importance
Bihar,
of
yes.
Bihar to you yesterday. So all that is very strategically thought out, this big extravaganza and mobilization today in Varanasi. Not that the people of Varanasi want
Absolutely.
him back, but also the impact that it will have in the seats around.
And Varanasi, and while you're speaking, Neerja, we have those visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi performing puja at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. You know, this temple economy, Amitabh, let's talk about that. Kashi Vishwanath corridor has increased the footfalls in Varanasi. Then similarly, in Ayodhya, you have the Ram temple. Then you have the big temple in Ujjain. So this is part of Mr. Modi's, the plan that we say that this is about the cultural connect and at the same time ensuring that this generates jobs.
Yeah, so if you look at tourism and compare it with other industries, the per $1,000 generation of jobs is the highest in tourism. So what has happened is that due to the transformation of the Kashi Vishwanath temple and this construction of the corridor, Kashi is today now amongst the top 5 cities in terms of tourism in India, top 5 to 10 if I am not wrong. And the number of people, the footfalls has increased significantly. What it does is that it creates a multiplier effect in the entire, not only the town of Kashi, but in and around areas also. So the entire Purvanchal, and since now there is the new Ram temple also, so it's sort of a tourism corridor for people who want to visit Kashi. So you can now also visit Ram Mandir temple and Varanasi in one go,
Yes.
in 2 to 3 days tour. So this entire corridor between Ayodhya to Varanasi also will see or has seen a lot of development. The shopkeepers, the people who are selling flowers, etc. for the mandir, the priests, the pujaris, the cabwalas, the hotels, everything,
Certainly.
correct, has seen an increase.
Yes.
And that's how he remains
popular.
popular.
And the kind of transformation as journalists that we see here, Neerja and Amitabh, is unimaginable. 10 years ago, when we used to cover Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi, and at that time, Kashi was known for its, potholes and crowded lanes. Today, it's decongested. The ghats are cleaner. Neerja, this aspect, when you say that yes, politics is important, it is timed and the location is strategic. It's a temple town. It will have an impact on Purvanchal and also in the neighboring Simanchal. But the fact is that there has been development. The fact is that there has been infrastructure push.
Yes, otherwise people will not remain with you if they don't see things being done visibly. I agree with you. The ghats are they have been cleaned up. And, in December, a few months ago, I was there. And I have written about this also, that 5 years ago when I was there were 3,000 people or so at the Ganga Ghat for the Aarti, the Shashwamedh Ghat. This time when I went in December, there were 75 to 80,000 people there. And large number of them young, who come with their children, who come in their holidays. They wanted to come to Varanasi and be there. So yes, it has become not just a tourist destination. Of course, there is that element, and that is a big element. I think somewhere it is also linked to Hindu identity. A sense that many Hindus feel, that this is the place we must go to, and they identify with it. So I think from the point of view, again, you may agree with it, not the civilizational project that the Prime Minister has talked about, the RSS has talked about, the BJP has talked about, 1,000-year project. What is happening in Varanasi is an integral part of that project.
Yes, that civilizational push, certainly. But Amitabh, the last word to you. And as we build for tomorrow, because tomorrow is 14th of May. 14th of May 2014 was when Mr. Modi took oath. What does that date mean for you? Why has the BJP chosen that date for his nomination?
Well, because the date, as you mentioned, is an auspicious date when he started his journey in national politics. So date is fairly important, and he's a man of records and numbers. So they play a significant role. It's a matter of optics as well. And it also shows that he has completed 10 years of his journey in national politics, as well as his connect with the people of Varanasi has lasted for this long 10 years. And Neerja ji was talking about the aspect of tourism, which is now cultural tourism essentially, correct? So it is a project of cultural tourism. Infrastructure is visible development. So what infrastructure does, it's also a showcase model. Like PM Modi has developed this constituency as a model constituency now, correct? So it is also for many other MPs and MLAs to replicate this sort of model in their constituencies, as well as infrastructure is visible development, and that is visible to people, correct? So that has a significant impact. Of course, it has a multiplier effect on economy, and that we are clearly seeing in Varanasi, because this belt is also a landlocked belt, correct? So this belt is a landlocked belt where industries, where there is a lack of industry, so tourism perhaps becomes the only sector which can help people find employment and generate jobs.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Amitabh and Neerja, thank you so much. And tomorrow is when Prime Minister Narendra Modi files his nomination papers. He's staying the night here in Varanasi. The entire city has turned saffron. It's more than just the color of the BJP. I think this is a reiteration of the politics of the BJP here. And also the emphasis is on what all has been done for Varanasi and the rest of India. Tanima returns on the other side. That's all from me.